Hello, boys. My name is Jaybur. If we haven't met before, I do loads of FIFA content on here and some real world football stuff as well. Like this podcast here, if you're enjoying the content around here, stick a like on the video, subscribe, and put the notification bell on to be reminded of when a video goes live, so you can see my beautiful face and this ginger mop here. Anyway, so.
And that thing next to us.
It's been. How we doing, lads? How we doing?
I'm good. How are you boys? You alright?
Not too bad. What's the crack?
I have COVID.
Hey!
I have COVID, so I'm in isolation till the 30th. So
loads more streams.
Loads more streams. Yes, load more streams. By the way, twitch.tv/Jaybur. Anyway. / the Chris Murphy. He hasn't got a Twitch channel. Nathan, that is, because he gets banned because he scratches his armpit on camera a lot. So,
showing side boob too much.
This talking of COVID, this weekend just gone. It's been a different one, isn't it? There's only been 3 games. 4 games?
Yeah, not a lot at all.
Not a lot.
4 games.
There was only one Saturday game, and that was Leeds Arsenal.
Arsenal thumped Leeds. Leeds, I mean, even before this trouble with the new variant came about, they were in trouble with their injuries. Newcastle smashed by City. Chelsea held again by Wolves, and we. And a particularly good encounter with Tottenham and Liverpool. Talking of Tottenham and Liverpool, what are we saying about Harry Kane's tackle? Should he have been sent off?
Yes.
It's a straight fucking red, mate.
It is.
Straight red. If Andy Robertson, I felt he was a bit unlucky. I felt it was a bit unlucky.
I mean, that's embarrassing. VAR is here to get the right decisions, and you're telling me... Like, I'm sorry, Pogba got sent off for something, the exact same thing.
Yeah, he did.
It's true.
You watch it, it's the exact same tackle. His leg, literally, I think Pogba hit the ball and sort of went over the ball. It's the exact same tackle. Why is he being left? Just because he's England captain is absolute embarrassing.
In any other game, that is a sending off.
Yeah.
I mean, he went totally over the ball. The studs were up like that. And if Andy Robertson had his leg firmly planted into the floor, he would have broken his leg. Yeah. That is a proper, I mean...
I felt for Andy, to be fair. Yeah. I mean, he played brilliant. He scored the goal. He scored the second goal.
Yeah.
To get them in the lead, considering they went 1-0 down. And he's a tremendous left-back, and he's a tremendous player, and I felt sorry for him, but... He will obviously bounce back, but yes, at the end of the day, it should have been 10 versus 10.
Yeah, I mean...
Kane should have been sent off.
He should have been, and, I absolutely agree with Jurgen Klopp. It was an absolute joke that he should have been sent off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's all we've got, really, for this weekend's just gone. Chelsea again being held... after their good start to the season, I mean...
I can't really comment on much. I mean, I hope it's just a blip, but personally, myself as a Chelsea fan, we can kiss goodbye to the title.
Yeah.
And I think we've got 3 other trophies. One of them we hold, Champions of Europe.
Not for long.
I just think Chelsea can focus on getting top 4. We're in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals tomorrow. We've got the FA Cup starting next month.
Maybe they're thinking of scrapping the 4th and 5th round.
Oh, really?
Them thinking about it, I think it was either like one of those rounds. I can't remember which one exactly.
Fair enough. I mean, we've still got 3 competitions, but I think as a Chelsea fan, it's kiss goodbye to the Premier League this season and focus on the 3 competitions.
I mean, last week you drew to Everton as well in midweek.
And I was there.
I know you phoned me because you were booing as well.
I was booing.
Why was you booing?
I was absolutely fuming.
Why was you booing?
But you got the best team in the world, apparently.
Why did you boo them off?
Just absolutely embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. We didn't take our chances. We should have finished them off in the first half. It should have been 10-0 at half time. I'm not even joking. Absolutely dominated them, and it's just something's gone wrong at Chelsea. I don't know what it is. I mean, obviously a few players have come down with COVID, so that's obviously fair. I don't think there's injuries. I think all our players are fit. They've just either got COVID or they're not playing. Just COVID. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Chelsea are doing what they always do. They always have a blip during the season, which costs them big time. And now, because the other two contenders for the title are so good at beating those sort of teams, Chelsea doing their regular slip is going to mess them up. It's not like years ago when you'd slip up and be like, cool, we still were in it with a shot.
Yeah, no, I just think the only thing that maybe saved us a little bit is the fact that Liverpool drew, because if Liverpool won, we can kiss goodbye to second place as well.
So, I still think Liverpool are going to win the league, though. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I think City are looking pretty dominant at the moment now. I think City or Liverpool. So, a big thing this week, big glaring thing. 6 of the games didn't go ahead because of COVID. Now it's spreading throughout all of these teams now. Yesterday, the Premier League decided to carry on, which I was surprised about, to be honest with you. I think it was a bit... What's the word? A bit...
Taken back?
A bit of a shortcoming, because I genuinely thought they were going to have a little 2-week circuit breaker of their own. You know, a good handful of the teams in the Premier League now have 10 or more COVID cases within the club. Man United shut down Carrington the other day.
We're back in
Tottenham
training now.
We know about. Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Tottenham we know about. I can absolutely understand where some people are coming from in terms of excuse me, in terms of you've got 23 man squads. Why are you not going to use the other 12 squad members in times like this?
Just like Chelsea trying to get the game called off.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And, excuse me, I've got COVID myself, my throat's a bit dry. But
he's the reason why the games are called off, everyone.
Yeah, shut up. I was surprised, because it's not... This is something that goes further than football, doesn't it? And, you know, imagine if, for instance, Aubameyang went and saw his elderly mother and gave her COVID, or, you know... Wayne Rooney goes and has a fumble with one of his girls, you know, with one of his grannies and infects them. You know, it goes deep. It's deep rooted. If they could go back to their families and give it to elderly people and stuff like that, and that's just not good, in my opinion. But what are your opinions?
Chris, you start.
I agree. I mean, to be fair, I know they're going to keep the Premier League going. End of the day, they don't want to lose money. Obviously, COVID hit a lot of clubs in the top division, or top leagues, and the bottom leagues massively.
Yeah,
they're not going to stop it for the aspect of the entertainment side of it, and the money side. Well, not the entertainment for the people, but it's mainly the entertainment and bringing all the money in. They're not going to stop it regardless. I mean, if you think about it, restrictions. There's been no restrictions put up in the way. I think mainly because of that. Excuse me. The infection rates jumped up massively. I think it's the highest it's been within the last 12 months. But the death rate is very, very, very low still. I mean, it's like...
It is, yeah.
It's still bad. Don't get me wrong. Death at any stage is horrible. But it's not as bad as it has been. So, people getting vaccinated does seem to be playing a factor in that.
It is.
So I think that's what they're relying on. Like, yes, people are catching it. Yes, it's not good. Yes, people got isolated. But we can only go with what the government say, which is not the best. But I do think if you keep football going, fair enough. But they say, oh, it's outside. But I don't know. I still think it's silly keeping it open, but I can understand why. But that doesn't mean I agree with it.
Fair enough. I mean, you make a good point there. The death rate is relatively low. I mean, I researched it this morning. I've got the Omicron variant. I looked up the signs and symptoms. I've got it. And there's only been 12 deaths. Only 100 and something hospitalisations out of the 80,000 people that have it at the moment. But, you can't chance you see. Tomorrow I might take a turn for the worst and might have to go hospital. Do you know what I mean? So, Nathan, what about you?
I think, obviously it is a worldwide virus.
Yeah.
Which is a new strain. And it's obviously going to keep spreading, especially the season we are in, which is the winter season. So it is. They call winter season flu season.
Yeah.
So I think, obviously, the Premier League, it should continue. I do feel like, obviously, now that clubs are getting stricter, they're doing PCR testing, lateral flow testing, and stuff like that. So clubs are doing all the best they can.
Yeah.
To make sure it does stop spreading and the cases and stuff. So with the PCRs, the lateral flow testing every day, before training, after training, when you're not training, the day before training. So that all these clubs are doing it. And obviously, Chelsea put on their Instagram today that they've turned to some of the under-23 players to fill the squad, which has players that are isolating due to COVID. And I presume, and obviously all these clubs will probably do it as well because they'll turn to players who have youth academy and stuff like that. So there's always a plan B with football clubs when it comes to players. I do think it's going to be to the point where I do reckon in January there will be empty stadiums. I do see this happening in January. And of course it's going to be rubbish because...
Business as usual for Man City, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, carry on, Nathan.
I do feel that, I think if it's gonna stop spreading, maybe not have fans in, because last season they did it well. The Premier League did well without the fans, believe it or not. I felt like the Premier League handled it well. I thought during the restart in 2020 they did well. I felt without the fans in, of course it was rubbish because the atmosphere, and obviously you got the fake crowd noise where you could watch it without the crowd. I mean, you got the best of both worlds in that way, but I think the only way maybe to stop is to probably stop having fans in. I know it's rubbish because all three of us have been football games. We love it. Yeah. It's one of the things we love doing. It's something to do on a Saturday. Something to do on a Saturday at 3:00 on the weekend or a weekday, whether you go midweek games.
Yeah.
But I think personally, it's gonna have to get to the point where fans can't attend. Whether you've been vaccinated, whether you've been lateral flow, whether the cases drop in January. I just personally think the way to do it is just to not have fans in the stadium, and it is gut-wrenching.
But I think in that point, we need to sort of get some sense of normality back. End of the day, yes, I agree. I do think that is probably the best thing to do, but they won't do it because of the amount of hits clubs have had, like money-wise, due to not having fans in. They won't do it. The government are as thick as two short planks. Like, literally, they won't do that. I mean, the only thing they'll do will be like, probably like a few restrictions, just wear face masks, mandatory, more out, like if you're in a big crowds. And also a lot of Premier League players, like we're the lowest country to have a vaccination rate because we're like 60% of the players. 68% compared to other countries which are like 90 to 100. And it's just like, what is it about this country with people not wanting to get the jab? It's like, it's not there to stop people from...
We're the most vaccinated country in the world, but among Premier League players, comparing them to the other major leagues in the world, we have the lowest vaccination rates among players. But that has... I saw a stat this morning that has jumped up by about 10% now.
Well, that's good, but it's still the point. Like, a lot of them not wanting to have it done. I'm like, because they're worried that it may affect them. I'm like, it's a vaccine. If you go into, for example, somewhere like Thailand, you're going to have the vaccine for malaria. that could do the exact same things as a COVID vaccine. Yes, obviously it's a long-term effects we don't know, but it's better than having a long-term COVID effect.
I mean, to not get political or anything, I don't believe in forcing the players to have the vaccine. If they don't want the vaccine, fair enough. But if anything happens to them, I'd actually I'd make them sign a waiver, saying, okay, you're not going to have this, but if something happens to you, you can't blame us. It's not our fault. You've rejected it. And I don't agree with people, the government forcing people to have this vaccine in order to go here or go there. I mean, travelling wise, and you being at risk of spreading it around other people, without the vaccine, you know, I can understand that, but making people take it for their jobs is... I don't want to get political because this is about football, right? But they shouldn't be forced to have it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that.
So
I just think it's just a real shame because obviously, not getting political. Obviously, Boris has said to football fans, "We're not going to force you to go to the games, but we'd advise you not to go." And I'm watching the Arsenal game right now, and there's so many empty seats because probably people are scared. They want to have a normal Christmas compared to last year, so people are probably very scared. And even when I was at the Chelsea game against Everton, there was quite a few empty stadiums, and it's because people are scared because they want to have that normal Christmas. So they've advised people not to go to games to help stop the spread and to make sure people want a normal Christmas. And it's just obviously a real shame because having the fans there makes the atmosphere better, and it's probably better for the players. It motivates the players.
True.
It does. It does.
Motivates the players. Like, even last year when they had like 2,000, I know it was only for a certain amount of weeks, but even having that 2,000, it felt like 80,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just a real shame, but obviously we are in tough times, and of course we want obviously people who have tested positive to make a speedy recovery and hope they all recover very, very well. And obviously whether you're a footballer or not.
Yeah.
True.
Anyway, what else do you want to talk about? What else have we got on the schedule?
We could talk about maybe Champions League draw.
Champions League draw. Wow.
That's controversial.
Wow. That was controversial. That reminded me of the FIA a couple of weeks ago at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. What a shambles that was. What a shambles.
Man United got drawn twice.
Every team got drawn twice.
Well, no, it was Man United. Man United got PSG and Atletico, didn't they?
Yeah, but every team did it twice. Chelsea got the same team both times.
Really?
No. That was ironic, that was.
Andre Arshavin was the one doing the picking up, and he had no clue what he was doing. It's like no one told him what to do.
I never watched the draw, obviously, but I heard it had to get drawn twice because Man United got taken out the pot, and it was just like, it was... wow, I mean, the Champions League draw, like, it's an interesting draw. I think it's anyone's game, the draw. I think I don't have a favourite. I don't think Chelsea will beat Lille. Not saying that they will, but not they won't. But you just don't know. It's an interesting last 16.
He's very quietly confident right now. As a Chelsea fan, usually they're out there. He is like, yeah, we got Lille, we're winning. Literally, that's what he was like. I can guarantee you that. He was jumping out of his seat when they got Lille.
I never thought Leipzig would get to the semi-finals a couple of years ago, but that said it all.
Yeah, but as you said, Chelsea got apparently one of the best teams, and you're the holders.
We are.
So you should
Chelsea
be
have
Lille,
got one of the
who
best
are
teams.
gone downhill after losing Memphis Depay.
That's true. I mean, you've got Atletico, haven't you?
Oh God, don't remind me. That's gonna be a
Tough game.
Very, very, very tough.
Jesus
I don't think we're going to make it past. I mean, I know Ronaldo's not lost to them in the Champions League.
I think you'll beat Atletico. I think you will.
Depends. It depends on who's picked. and how the team plays. I think the time we play Atletico, we'll have enough time under Ralph Ragnick to understand how he wants them to play.
Yeah, February. I mean, for me, my favourite Champions League game is going to be PSG Real Madrid. I think that's going to be an amazing game.
That'll be
Mbappe to score the winner, knock Real Madrid out, joins Real Madrid in the summer on a free.
Yeah.
Then knocks PSG out next season of the Champions League.
Yeah.
Ironic.
Yeah. True. That will be quite ironic. But to be fair, that could go either way, because obviously you've got Real Madrid who are doing well in the league.
Yeah, they are.
But they're not quite the same giants as they were, because obviously the whole lose. To be fair, whenever a team loses Ronaldo, it does take them a while to get back going. Like if you look at United, we had the number 7 curse after Ronaldo left, and do you know who broke the curse?
Cavani
and Ronaldo, yeah. So it goes from, I think about how long Ronaldo's been away from Old Trafford, how many number 7s we've had in that time. It's just ridiculous. And then look at Real Madrid. Who's their number 7?
I thought Griezmann. No.
Hazard.
Sorry, I'm thinking of Atletico.
And he's useless.
What about Vinicius Junior?
He's 20.
I thought Di Maria was your favourite number 7, Chris.
Oh.
I thought William Gallas was your favourite player.
William Gallas was a quality player, but hey ho.
Well,
bit
he
of a
wasn't
traitor,
Chelsea.
though, isn't he? According to Chelsea fans, he's a bit of a traitor, though, isn't he? From Chelsea to Arsenal.
I mean, to go to Chelsea, then Arsenal, then Tottenham. I mean, fair play to you.
Tour of London.
But yeah, the Champions League draw looks very interesting and very tasty. I'm looking forward to February.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't got a horse in this race, have I? So I'm looking forward to it.
I actually personally think my favourites to win it is going to be Bayern Munich. I think Bayern Munich.
Really?
I think Bayern Munich.
I mean, I think my favourites is either Liverpool or City. I think it's going to be between them two.
I think Bayern Munich. I think they're just a monster of a team. They're just really, really looking good, and they're looking good in all. Like obviously, they're looking good in the Bundesliga, which is not a surprise. Probably they're 9 points clear of Dortmund, and Lewandowski is just—he's out of this world.
Lewandowski.
He's out of this world. I think Bayern Munich's my favourite.
If both teams played like they do in the Premier League, I reckon it'll be a City Liverpool final again. If the draws are good to them, yeah.
They haven't done a City Liverpool.
Champions League final last season.
Chelsea City.
It wasn't Chelsea City.
Chelsea won the final.
Was it? Shit, yeah, they did.
You didn't do your research for us, did you?
Oh my god! I did for the other video. I was looking at the teams.
We've said about 5 times how Chelsea are the holders.
It's this new variant he's got, Chris.
Yeah,
making me forget. I was thinking about the year before last. Or
Liverpool,
Liverpool Tottenham.
I know. Shh.
Mate, leave this in. This is fucking brilliant.
My god, what a fail that is.
But now, for me, I think it's Bayern Munich. I think it'll be Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich.
I think it'll be... I'm going to go Bayern Munich and an English team, but I can't pick an English team. I don't know out of the 4. I think...
Liverpool.
I think it'll be either of them. I think it'll be... I'd love to obviously say Chelsea because I'm a Chelsea fan. I want Chelsea to win it again. Of course, back-to-back Champions League finals. I'd bite your arm off for it. But I think it will be either...
Yeah, good enough.
I think it'll be either Bayern Munich or PSG, with a foreign final, a European final.
It's all a foreign final. Whoever gets the final.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Because obviously we left the EU now. So, but yeah. I think it'll be Bayern Munich, PSG, but that's my prediction. But if I was to put an English club in it, it'll be City or Liverpool.
So you're basically picking all the strong teams?
Kind of, yeah.
And we said pick 2, and you're going for 4 strong teams?
Yeah.
It's going to be City Liverpool. If they avoid each other in the group stage, in the knockout stages, then it's going to be City Liverpool.
Yeah, it will be.
It'll come down to them two. And I can see City winning it because they really want that. The fans, the fans do, but not. They don't really say it, but they do want it.
Who doesn't want the Champions League? Who doesn't want the Champions? That's the Holy Grail.
True.
It's what
Chris Palestine.
That's what Pep's got left to do at Man City.
Yeah,
and Bayern Munich. He never won at Bayern.
Yeah, I know.
I reckon when he wins the Champions League at City, he'll leave anyway.
His contract's finished next year.
Yeah, but I reckon he's got this year and next year to at least win it.
I hope he doesn't. I hope he has the same sort of ending that Aguero had at City, where he leaves at the final and loses, and then goes.
That's a bit cruel.
Yeah, but it's just so good to see City lose.
It is, to be fair. It's amazing.
Well, on that bombshell, I think it's time to end the podcast. Now, this Friday, Christmas Eve, what time are we doing it, lads?
Probably about the same time as today. I think maybe about 8 o'clock, I think, roughly.
8 p.m. On my Twitch channel, we're going to do a live podcast where we're going to run through some of our favourite moments of 2021 in football. We're going to be there. We're going to have Christmas jumpers on. We're going to have a drink. And, just join us there. If you enjoyed the podcast, then please give this video a like, subscribe, and don't look at his crap shirt. And I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, we apologise for Nathan. Have a nice day, guys.
We apologise for the Norwich fan. See you later.